And welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swat with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about efforts at the state legislature to revise or undo Proposition 13. My guest this segment is Joel Fox, the former president of the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association and the current editor of foxandhoundsdaily.com. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thanks, Steve.
So you go back with Howard Jarvis, the founder, really, I guess, of creator of Proposition 13, you go back to 1979, which is 1 year after Prop 13 passed. Right. And I guess we ought to talk about what Prop 13 does. Well, tell us first of all.
It is a control of property taxes. It gives certainty to the taxpayer instead of the tax collector. They know what their taxes are going to be because it sets the tax rate at 1% and allows property taxes to only go up 2% a year unless there's a change in ownership, and then it's reset at the sales price. And prior to Prop 13, property taxes were out of control. They were based on the value of property. If somebody came in and bought a house and then flipped it, sold it to the next guy, and it raised the value, it would raise all of the properties in the neighborhood, and people, particularly on fixed incomes, just couldn't keep up because inflation was driving up the cost of homes. So that was a problem.
There's another provision of Proposition 13 which is under attack by the majority Democrats, and that requires a 2/3 vote before taxes can be increased. We've already seen a chipping away of that because now it only takes 55% to pass school bonds, and there are other efforts going on in the state capitol to reduce that threshold of 55%. Given their majority, 2/3 majority, you think this might be the year that some changes are made?
Well, I think there's going to be attempts. Certainly, they've introduced about 3 or 4 bills to lower the 2/3 vote for local special taxes down to 55%, modeled after the success of that measure that lowered the school bonds. So that there will be attempts, and ultimately it has to go to the voters. So that's the fail-safe. Because I think legislators will say, well, look, we're not raising taxes. We're just asking the voters if they want to lower the requirement from 2/3 to 55%. Because it's a change of Prop 13, it's a change of the Constitution, the voters will have the final say.
Right. Another provision is the tax on commercial properties. And the argument has been over many, many years is that because commercial property doesn't change hands as often as homes do, then the owners of these commercial properties are really getting away with a great deal because their taxes aren't going up and their property has been increasing. And so there's an effort now to increase the taxes on commercial property.
Yeah, there is. I hope it doesn't go anywhere because it's really going to hurt the economy and hurt job creation in this state. But the fact is that myth out there that commercial property doesn't change hands is really pretty much a myth. You know, some big properties that don't change hands, but they remodel, and when they're remodeled, the assessor comes in and reassesses them. It really hasn't been that dramatic of a shift between commercial and residential property. And the important thing is that a lot of small business owners and minority business owners and women business owners will really greatly be affected if they change the rules on commercial property.
And even some Democratic leaders have said that there doesn't seem to be an appetite for this, what's called the split roll, to make this change.
The governor seems to indicate that he doesn't want to go there. He goes back to the original Prop 13, as you very well know, and fought that at the time, and when it passed,
embraced it.
And so I don't think he wants to go there. But they can ignore the governor, right? If they have a 2/3 majority, they don't need his signature to put something on the ballot. So it's something we have to watch.
All right. Well, we're out of time, but Joel Fox, thanks very much for coming by. Your background with the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association is very interesting, and we thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks to our viewers also for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on YouTube, also on My Government On Demand. I'm Steve Swat. Have a great day.